90%. 90%. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me on another video. Today I'm so excited because I'm going to be talking about some stunning scents from Be Layer. They went ahead and sent me some newer ones that they have in their collection of inspired scents. So I'm excited to play around with them and really compare them to the original ones, okay? I am going to tell you guys, I'm pretty blown away because I've had these fragrances for about a week and a half now, and they killed it. I'm just going to say it. They killed it. So if you're interested in this video, then definitely stay tuned. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already. My name is Karina Waldron, and I do a lot of fragrance and beauty related content. So subscribe, turn on your post notification, and also leave a comment down below as it helps my channel a whole lot. And let's go ahead and jump into it. So you guys have heard me talk about Be Layered a lot on this channel. They are not new because I'm a huge fan of their fragrances. My collection is definitely pretty large when it comes to Be Layered. So if you are interested in checking out more videos about their fragrances and all of that good stuff, I will link my playlist down below because I do have quite a few videos on them. But when they reached out and wanted to send me these newer scents, I was so excited because a lot of them are inspired by Tom Ford fragrances. And I mean, if you can get it on a more affordable price point, why not? They put in the work because a lot of them are literally spot on. So I'm just going to kind of go through them. I do have a few other brands here, but definitely a lot of Tom Ford. So let's just jump into one that is my favorite right now, and I'm so impressed by the quality and the way that it really does mimic the original one. I am also going to leave my coupon code that they were generous enough to give me for you guys to use. You can get 10% off of your next purchase. I don't make any commission off of it. It's honestly just to give you guys an amazing discount. They were lovely enough to do that, so take advantage of that code. I will also put it in the description box. So starting off with the first one, which is Cherry Delight. This one is inspired by Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Oh my goodness, this dupe is so incredible. It kind of blows me away how close they are to each other. I mean, the sexiness, the vibration, the sultriness is there. It's kind of crazy. I want to say that this is probably about 95% the same as the original Lost Cherry. This is just a tad bit more fresh on that cherry note, whereas Lost Cherry is a little darker, just a slight bit darker. Those are the main differences that I'm seeing with these two scents. The way that this performs is pretty amazing. You spray this on your clothes and it is there for hours. So if you always wanted to get your hands on Lost Cherry and it's a little pricey for you, which I know it's pricey, I still love her, but I'm not gonna lie about the price point. This is an amazing option for you because again, the scent is pretty spot on. I just love it. Oh, that cherry tone, that almond goodness, that creaminess, that sultriness, it is absolutely there. Again, for me, the main difference is the cherry note in this one is a lot more fresh and slightly sweeter. It's almost like the cherry in this one is a little bit more ripe rather than this cherry note over here, which is a little bit more sour. But all in all, they are very similar and I'm really impressed with the quality. Mind you, I do wear a lot of my fragrances on my clothes for the most part, just slightly on my skin, but mainly on my clothes, and it just lasted so beautifully well. So that is Cherry Delight. This is definitely one that I would say is a must if you want to get an experience with this one for an affordable price point. So that is definitely a go for me. The next one that is inspired by Tom Ford again, and I'm so happy there's so many Tom Ford inspired fragrances, is Bitch Please, and it's inspired by Bitter Peach, which I have in my collection now. I haven't talked about too much of Bitter Peach. I am supposed to do a complete review, which is coming soon, but Bitch Please is really close, like really close. Like I'm telling you, Be Layered definitely put in the work. I'm gonna spell that one again. Oh my god, they're so close. I feel like They smell really similar in the opening and in the dry down. I just want to point out that this is slightly less long wearing than Cherry Delight, so you can definitely overspray with this one to get just a little bit more wear out of it. Mind you, it's still going to last you a few hours, but if you really want that 8-12 hour type of deal, then overspray with this one. But in terms of the scent, it's so accurate. Like, it is very spot on. I am really, really impressed with just the way that they smell. I'm gonna spray it again. I'm spraying, this one is Tom Ford and this one is Be Layered fragrance. Yeah, they're so similar. I want to say even the opening of the Be Layered is slightly more intense, where this one, it starts to kind of dry down a little. It's just slightly softer, quicker than the Be Layered one. This is fruity. This is fruity with a big hit of patchouli. The Tom Ford one, the patchouli note is a lot more prominent than the Be Layered, now that I'm really like smelling them side by side. They're both a very peachy fragrance, like very, very peachy, very fruity. Great for summertime, but I can also see someone pulling this off for the fall, because there is like this like warmth, like this very warm tone to these fragrances. I like them. I find that they are pretty unique, and you won't have a ton of fragrances that smell quite like these. So it's definitely one that you want to get your nose on and see if it works for you, just because of that uniqueness. And if you love your fruity tones, then you might really enjoy these ones. Yeah, you might really enjoy this one. So here you have it. This is the dupe from Tom Ford's Bitter Peach. Very similar, like very similar. So another Tom Ford inspired fragrance right over here is Norma Jean. It is inspired by Rose Prick Honey. I want to say that the Tom Ford opens up a little brighter, where this one opens up a little bit more spicy and citrusy. Like, the opening is slightly different, and the Tom Ford dries down a little bit more powdery on my skin. That's the main differences. In terms of the fragrance, like the way that it smells overall, they're very similar. These two, I want to say about 85-90% similar. I do pick up on the little differences here in terms of like the dry down and the opening, but very similar vibes. I think they did an amazing job trying to dupe this one. There are a few changes, there are a few differences that I'm noticing, but all in all, very, very similar. Like, if you love your rose fragrances, something a little bit more powdery, a little spice in there also, you are definitely going to enjoy this one. If you already love this one and you've had a chance to smell it, maybe a sample or at the store, then you probably will really enjoy this one also. Slightly different, but similar vibes. So the next new one that they went ahead and sent me is Denise. It is inspired by Tom Ford's Tuberose Nuit, and I don't have a full bottle, but I did have a sample of that fragrance when I made a big purchase at Saks. I got to play around with it, and these are quite similar, quite similar. I just want to say, from what I remember, the Tom Ford one had a more like bright, fresh quality, and this is a little, just slightly deeper, very tuberose prominent, a little bit more mature, very sophisticated, great for an evening out, or even as a signature scent if you like that more elegant, mature touch to your fragrances. Now, I will say that the Tom Ford Tuberose Nuit is not my favorite. Same with this one, just because I'm not a huge fan of heavy tuberose scents unless it's done in a more like fresh tuberose, kind of like going towards bubblegummy tuberose. Those are the kind of tuberose scents that I enjoy. This is definitely a traditional tuberose scent that is a lot more mature. It's still very elegant, very classy, just not my taste right now, at least. So if you already have smelled the Tom Ford one and you enjoy that one, you're gonna really love this one. If you've tried, I'm trying to see another one that's very tuberose prominent, Madonna's Truth or Dare, you're probably gonna really like this one. It's a great, very wearable scent, 100% non-offensive. It has this like soapy clean vibe. Yeah, very tuberose, soapy clean, very, very, very white floral, slightly mature. Yeah, it's definitely not slightly. I want to be real with you guys. It is definitely, for me, it's more of a mature fragrance in terms of the smell. It has a bit of like that vintage quality. So when I say mature, more like that vintage quality. That's kind of like the word that I should have selected. So it's not one that I absolutely love and see myself wearing right now. I could even layer these with other notes just to get something that I would be comfortable with. But if you love tuberose fragrances, this is definitely one to check out 100%, because you will get that vibrancy from the tuberose. So that is Denise. So the next one that I have here is an awesome dupe, because this fragrance was really, really sought after, and it still is quite popular, but I will say I find it very expensive. Like the price point is pretty high for what you're getting, and that's why I didn't keep my bottle. I did have it in my collection, and I ended up selling it and keeping the inspired version just because it's a lot more affordable. I don't feel bad spraying this because I didn't buy it for an extraordinary price point, and I feel like this price point is really great. So this is B Laird's Lene. I could be saying that completely wrong. I will have the name over here on the screen for you guys, and this is inspired by Nishani Ani. So this fragrance is very similar to that one. I sprayed it here on my hand. I just want to say that Ani has a more spicy tone to it, and the citrusy tone is a little bit more louder. So Ani is louder. This is a little softer to wear. It's just a little softer, but the dry down is very, very similar. Very similar. It's almost like a lemon tart kind of fragrance with a lot of vanilla in the base. So that's what I got from Ani, and that's what I'm getting from this one here. So I sold it, and I'm so glad that I have this one in my collection, because I can still get that very same vibe when I want to smell something like that, but with an incredible price point. The lasting ability on this one is not extraordinary. It's not like the ones that we first mentioned, which is Cherry Delight or even Bitch Please. It's a little less in terms of lasting ability. So spray on, okay? Don't be afraid to spray, especially on your clothes and a little on your hair. That's when you're gonna get a little bit more wear out of this fragrance. Next one that I have is an MFK inspired fragrance, and this is All in the Name of Love. Now, I don't have the original one, and I wasn't planning on purchasing it because I looked at the notes and I know that that is not something that I would personally love to wear on a regular basis, and MFKs are not cheap, so I didn't buy it for myself. But I'm glad that I have the inspired version, because you know, I can still get that same vibe. Now, I have never smelt the original one, so I can't really attest to how close they are, but if you have, definitely leave a comment down below if you have both or if you tried both. But this is a very fresh scent that really gives me almost vacation vibes in terms of like being by the water. It's very bright. It's kind of mood uplifting. It really does remind me of the beach. Not so much being in the heat, being in a bikini, drinking something tropical. It's more of like the freshness of the waves, you know, the freshness of the water. There's a bit of a breeze. That's what this fragrance makes me think of when I smell. So if you love those kind of aquatic fragrances, but not aquatic in the sense of a citrusy burst, it's more of like that fresh kind of close your eyes and it really reminds me of water, you're going to enjoy this fragrance a lot. To me, this leans slightly, just slightly masculine. So for the fellas, this is a really great option. And this is one that I will be giving to my husband to wear most of the time, because I know for me, I won't be pulling this off a lot. It dries down a little musky also, but like a fresh, clean musky, like you just hopped out of the shower. So that is All in the Name of Love. So I saved the best. Okay. So I saved this very last one to talk about right now, because I'm probably going to go on a whole spiel. I am floored by how similar this is. This is Be Layered Heaven's Door, inspired by MFK's Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait the Parfum. Listen, when I opened the package that Be Layered went ahead and sent to me, even before I looked at what this was inspired by, I smelled these fragrances. And this, I was like, oh my God, this is BR 540 Extrait Parfum. Straight away. And this Heaven's Door over here, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm going to spray it on myself. I'm going to spray it on myself. The opening, let it just subside for a couple of seconds, because the opening, you will get a touch of the alcohol, just a touch of it in the opening, the first couple of seconds. After that, it goes to the scent. The Be Layered one sits a little closer to the skin, so you can definitely overspray, and because it's a little bit more affordable, you won't feel bad. You can definitely overspray. The Be Layered one, the almond note, I pick it up a lot more. So I can kind of pinpoint certain notes with the Be Layered, as opposed to the BR 540 Extrait. I can't pinpoint all of the notes. You know what I mean? They're very well blended, but this one I can pick up on that almond note. It's less sweet, just slightly less sweet than the BR 540. And something else, just something else, like something else is a little different, but I want to say in terms of the way that they sit on the skin and the way that they smell, because I have experience with Be Layered and the quality and all of that stuff, I can honestly say that this is really good. So guys, that is it for this video. I hope you guys saw something new and cool today. Again, thank you so much to Be Layered for sending off these beautiful fragrances and also giving you guys a discount code, so take advantage of that. Everything that I talked about will be linked down below, so check out the description bar and let me know, what have you tried from Be Layered? Have you tried any of these new scents? I definitely want to hear your opinion. You know, fragrance is very personal and everyone experiences it totally different, so I'm always open to hearing other people's opinions, so leave it down below. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all on the next one. Ciao.